Hey guys, today I want to talk about the newest event rotation in Etheria Restart, and it's probably one of my favorite rotation at this point of the game. So first we have the Wishbinder gift, which we have seen before, and from my experience I use a 100 summon for this, and by the time the new RGB banner rolls around, I will probably have enough to pity the two newest character anyway, because the game is very generous with summon. And personally, I will not go over the 100 points because anything above that is probably whale territory. I mean, it would be nice to get the Lattice, but it's gonna be very expensive to do so. But the first 100, not too bad. And I got the box. However, I won't be choosing any of the character in the box just yet because we are getting near the end of the RTA season, which means we might be getting a balance patch. So we don't know what kind of direction they want to take the next meta yet, which means one of these characters might get a small adjustment. So maybe if you choose Rahul or Tiamat right now, then the other one get buffed. The one that you choose didn't get buffed. Then that would be very, very lame. So personally, I won't be choosing any one of these just yet. Not like I have the Lattice to build them, so I'll be waiting. However, this box is probably one of the best for me in my experience because I don't have Rahul and I don't have Tiamat. It is like a box made for me. That is crazy. It is the only two things that I'm missing right now. I'm missing Ciara, but maybe I don't really care about Ciara at the moment anymore. But Rahul and Tiamat are the only two I'm missing. Very hard choice. Let me know in the comments if you're me, which one you are going for. I have lost to so many Rahul. I have lost to so many Tiamat on Amber, Rahul on some crazy team up attack with the Sania or Linglo. So both are very, very strong. For the LD selector, we are getting, I'm missing Mio and Hendrik. I am leaning towards Hendrik because he can be used in speed clear PvE, and he can also work really well in PvP because having buff block and heal block in one unit is really crazy against Bruiser team. And I really want to get this guy. He's really, really strong. So I'm not sure what I'm choosing just yet, but I'm keeping the selection open. Because I might get Tiamat, I might get Rahul. I got Bayontin on the way getting to the Wishbinder gift. So that's very, very cool. I could potentially build a cleave comp with her as well. So I will be waiting because I don't know what kind of balance changes that's going to happen very, very soon. Next up, we have the new and improved Dreamscape and Champion's Goal. Champion's Goal is always great. I used to hate it in the past, but when you actually sit down and take a look at all the different choices that you have right here, you can see the speed of the character, you can see whether they're on bulwark or not, then you can sort of guess who is winning most of the time. And this event can give you a very good amount of crystal or gem, and that is amazing to have at the same time as Dreamscape, because the new Dreamscape, they take away the RNG exchange and they now allow you to exchange for whatever you want, exactly what you want. And that is very cool. So we are done with the first day of doing Dreamscape, and I refresh key 2 times. They also reduced the cost for refreshing keys to 200. And I refresh key 2 times that allow me to complete 2 rotation, which means I get to the final boss and I defeat the final boss. So I am now at the 3rd rotation of the event, and I managed to beat the first one. I'm gonna do the other 2 LD. You always do the LD and one of the elemental. And that is very important because you want to get the LD fragment so that you can get your hands on the Lattice. This event will probably guarantee you 2 Lattice, guaranteed by the way. In the previous Dreamscape, I could not get 2 Lattice, but now I can see myself getting both the Lattice option, which is very, very good, and you can potentially get your hands on other stuff as well. So personally, I'll be getting my hands on the enhanced prototype because for that, I have a couple at the moment, and I want to get to 10 enhanced prototype because if you do the X10 summon for this, you are more likely to achieve the achievement that allow you to get another Lattice. I think somewhere in the journey, or it has to be one of these that give you a Lattice, right? Yeah, this one. Obtain 3 or more SSR animals in 10 summon. So the easiest way is to do the enhanced prototype. Maybe I'm gonna get there, maybe not, I am not too sure. But that is what I am aiming for. So the event is looking really good. Personally, how to maximize the event? I'm gonna budget around 1,000 gem. So I've refreshed twice. That's gonna be 400. I have 3 more refreshes. I might be doing 1 a day because what I want to do is I want to guarantee 2 lattes. And that's probably going to be the first event in the game that give you 2 lattes. And that is like a step in the right direction to sort of ease the lattice drought in the game. We all know that, right? And together with that, we also get a bunch of other stuff that you can exchange for as well. I think a lot of people will be doing the Apex prototype, which is also very, very good because I also want a dupe copy of Plume to get my hands on the extra free lattice that comes with getting a dupe copy of Plume. So that's going to be very, very important. And I'm not sure about this section, but I'm probably going to get this one as well. I do need 4 more to get my hands on the ×10 summon for the enhanced prototype. But my priority would be lattice, enhanced prototype, and Apex prototype. Anything else I can get my hands on would be a huge bonus, but I don't really care too much at this point. So evolution lattice is out of the question at the moment, and the other things are good to have but not super duper important because we know by now that the game is not designed for you to clear the shop. It is what it is. I don't care anymore. I used to argue that you should be able to clear the shop, but it seems like they don't care, so it is pointless for me to keep repeating the same point. So I'll get my hands on the things that I care about, like the shot, the enhanced prototype, and the Apex prototype, and ignore the rest of the shop. If I can get my hands on the rest of the shop, then that'll be great. The only way is to just buy gem in the cash shop anyway, and that is not something that I'm gonna plan to do. And another event is going on at the same time is going to be the Chaku-ring Adventure. The game is very funny. Sometimes you feel like there's so many events going on. Sometimes you feel like nothing is going on. So this one is always great because you get your hands on free stuff all the time. But this event has 0 lattice in there. But it does have shadow print to help you with building your character. But a lot of people actually don't really care about shadow print anymore because they are very focused on what they actually want to build. And they actually go for things like Hydra Crystal. So if you go for the gem option, you can have more gem to buy more keys in Dreamscape and get more enhanced prototype or get more lattice shot. And that can be very, very good as well. Because in the early game, this is one of the rarest and most amazing things to get. But by now, when you have built so many 6 stars and you don't really care too much anymore, then this becomes a very, very good option that you usually don't get your hands on because it was very, very hard to do before. So maxing out the crystal, maxing out the reconfig chip is also very, very good. And that is the event rotation at the moment. Tomorrow, we're going to get the double drop for module. So that's a lot of farming to be done in the module section. And you have to do this as well. This one just reset. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of tired, okay? I did the last rotation of this immediately on the day 1. But it's getting really annoying just clicking the easier nodes. Because I think by now, a lot of players can just one-shot most of these all the way until the 3rd stage of the map, right? It's not a really big problem anymore for many players. So the clicking can be very, very tiring. And I think that is nitpicking, I'm not too sure, but it's just very, very tiring. Ember Track, they did a great job just taking away the boring part, the normal level that is super duper easy. Maybe in the future they will do something about the walking around. I'm not too sure, but I do want to get some improvement in this area of the game as well so that we can click less of the shitty things in between and just get to the boss stages. That'll be very, very cool. But then you have to do like the mini bosses to revamp your reward. And this is like the fun part in the middle as well. I'm not too sure, but I think when I designed this, I thought that clicking in between and then do a bit of upgrading here and there is going to be fun. But I think we can all agree that it is not exactly very exciting to click the easier things in between. So if we can skip that, that's going to be great in some sort of shortened version of Ethernet Rally. Other than that, we are closing to the end of the Season 1 RTA, and maybe balance patch gonna happen very, very soon. I would try to push for Mythic near the end should be more fun, should be very exciting, because I want to upgrade a couple more of my character, and the meta is changing once again. The meta is, I think, no longer super heavy bruiser, but you can see that there are way more cleavers, there are way more CC player in the top ranks, so it's actually very diverse at the moment in terms of the RTA meta. So the game is getting a bit better and better every single day, but the problem with what they do is every time they get a bit of improvement, it feels like there's some sort of problem always going on the Discord where people give more feedback, more things are getting broken out of nowhere. So you don't feel like the game is going in the right direction because of all the random bad things that they throw into the game. But I feel like right now, this version of the game, maybe when the Chinese, Japanese, Korean launch happen, that should be like the very optimized game at some point. But because the global audience have been through so much in the past many weeks that a lot of people are kind of burnt out and they're just too tired to give the game another chance. But maybe when they do the new returning events whatsoever, they're going to bring back players and the game's going to be revitalized with a new group of audience or whatsoever. Anyway, you let me know what you feel about the game in the comments down below, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, I have 3 Latis sitting now. That is crazy. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.